Hello everyone, I am Sahana Prasad from Department of Commerce, Gopalswamy PU College, Mysore. Welcome to Business Studies class. Today let's start with chapter 5, that is organizing. So what is organizing? Organizing refers to arranging everything in an orderly form and making the most efficient use of resources. See, in general term, we can say organizing means to plan or arrange an activity or event, etc. We can also say that organizing means to put or arrange things in an orderly form or in a logical or systematic manner. See, the aim of organizing is to enable people to work together for a common purpose. To make you understand organizing, let me give you a simple example. ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ 12 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗರನ್ನ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ವೆಕೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಲಿ ಹೊಸ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಬುಕ್ಸನ್ನು ಅವರು ಬಾಕ್ಸಸ್ಸಿಂದ ತೆಗೆದು ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಶೆಲ್ಫಲ್ಲಿ ಜೋಡಿಸಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ಕೆಲಸನ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಇಷ್ಟ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇನೇ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟು ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ 4 ಜನ ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಂದ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ತೆಗೆಯೋಣ, ಇನ್ನು 4 ಜನ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ನ ಶೆಲ್ಫಲ್ಲಿ ಜೋಡಿಸೋಣ, ಇನ್ನು 4 ಜನ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ನೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ಡ್ ವೇನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಕೂಡ ಬೇಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಏನೂ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. So this is one of the simple example to make you understand what is organizing. So now next is, let us see what are the steps in the process of organizing. First one is identification and division of work. Identification and division of work. See, first the organization, it has to identify all the activities that has to be done in the organization. For example, preparation of accounts or making sales, record keeping, quality control. So whatever the activities that has to be take place in order to achieve the goals of the business, that has to be identified first. So the total work to be done, it should be divided into specific job. So what is job? Job is the work or the task which you do regularly, or maybe it is a set of related tasks that can be performed by an individual. So that job must be specific and definite. So here identification means the firm has to identify what are the activities should be done in the organization. Division of work means dividing the work into small parts so that there is no duplication of work, there is no confusion, and the burden of the work can be shared among all the employees. So that is division of work. This is the first step in the process of organizing, that is identification and division of work. Second one is departmentalization. Departmentalization. See, departmentalization means dividing an organization into different departments. See, it is a process of grouping the activities which are similar in nature into different departments. By doing so, this leads to specialization. Specialization means you focus only on one specific object. Let me give you one example. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಎನಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್, ಅವರು ತುಂಬ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಥರ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫುಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಗಾರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಸ್ಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಫುಟ್ ಕೇರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಒಂದೇ ಥರ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಫುಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಒಂದು ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಗಾರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ, ಕಾಸ್ಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದೇ ಥರ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲೈಸೇಷನ್. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟೀಸ್. See, what is assignment of duties? See, once departments are formed, see, the department is placed under the charge of an individual. So one person will be the head of that particular department. So he is wholly and solely responsible for the profit and loss of that particular department. See here, jobs are assigned to those individuals who are best suited to perform that particular job. That person should have qualification, experience and ability, and that should be matched with the duties. For example, a person who has knowledge about finance, he is considered as the best suited person to manage finance related activities. For example, a chartered accountant. Suppose a person who do not have any knowledge about finance, he can't manage the activities related to finance. So that is assignment of duties. So duties ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಅಂಥವ್ರನ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ನೇಮಕ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. That is assignment of duties. Last one is establishing reporting relationship. Establishing reporting relationships. See, each individual who are working in the organization, he should know from whom he has to take orders and to whom he has to report. So here in organizing, ಯಾರಿಂದ ಕೆಲಸನ ಇಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಅವನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ establishing reporting relationship. So this establishing reporting relationship, it helps to create management hierarchy. Hierarchy means it is a chain of command from top manager to the individual to the lower level. So by this establishing reporting relationship, it helps in coordination between various departments. So these are the 4 steps in the process of organizing. First one is identification and division of work. Second is departmentalization. Third one is assignment of duties. And fourth one is establishing reporting relationship. Next topic in this session is importance of organizing. First one is benefits of specialization. See, organization leads to systematic allocation of job among workforce. See, this definitely reduces workload because of specific workers, they'll be performing specific job on a regular basis. If you keep on doing the same job, you'll definitely gain more experience and that leads to specialization. So you'll become an expert in that particular job. So that is benefits of specialization. Next one is clarity in working relationship. Clarity in working relationship. See, here superior and subordinate relationship is clearly defined in the organization. So who is superior? Superior is a person who is in the higher position. Subordinate means subordinate is a person who has less authority and power. So who is the boss? Who works under whom? Who has to report to whom? It is very clear in this organizing process. Next is optimum utilization of resources. See here, organization leads to proper usage of all resources like materials, finance or human resource. See here there is always a proper assignment of job and definitely it definitely avoids the overlapping of work. So here there is no overlapping of work and everybody knows what job they have to perform. So by this, all the resources which are available in the organization, it will be utilized properly. So that is optimum utilization of resources. Next one is adaptation to change. Adaptation to change. As you know, business environment keeps on changing and it affects the business very badly. So the organization structure is created in such a way that they can change according to the situation. Organization structure is flexible, so they can adapt to change. They can easily change the organization structure. Organization structure is flexible, so that is adaptation to change. Next is effective administration. Effective administration. See, organization provides a clear description of job and related duties. So this helps in avoiding confusion and duplication of work. So here there is a clarity in working relationship and it definitely leads to effective administration. There is no confusion and there is no duplication of work. So this is the fifth importance of organizing. Next is development of personnel. Development of personnel. What is personnel? Personnel means the employees or office staff who are working in the organization. So sound organization encourages initiative and relative thinking on the part of employees. So the superior, he transfers his authority to his subordinates. So by doing so, subordinates can also learn new things and superior can think or he can manage other important things in the organization. He can think about the growth of the organization or he can concentrate on other important things. So that is development of personnel. Next is expansion and growth. See, it helps in expansion and diversification of an enterprise. In organizing, it is very easy to add new product lines or new employees or new job position, new departments can be added easily and new geographical territories can also be added. By doing so, there is an increase in number of customers, sales and profit. So it is not that difficult to expand the organization. So these are the 7 importance of organizing. Benefits of specialization, clarity in working relationship, optimum utilization of resources, adaptation to change, effective administration, development of personnel and expansion and growth. Thank you.